Hello there and welcome back to France. We are currently at war with Khorasan and Japan and Ming. The goal was to try and vassalize Ming, but unfortunately their vassalization cost is a little bit too high, so we'll have to wait until, the next war more or less. So for now we'll simply be taking enough provinces to bring the cost down to virtually zero, and we'll be handing over the provinces to Shun, and well, that should help out quite a lot. We'll also be trying to take as many provinces as possible from Japan here. We are currently having a little bit of problem with the Catholic zealots. They want to help me and they don't want to help me at the very same time, which makes things a little bit confusing, but we'll be trying to get as much as we can. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out, but for now we'll be just trying to make a little bit of gains here, and apparently it seems also that I can start to some extent starting peacefully vassalize some of these guys here. So we'll see how that turns out. Apparently I can vassalize the Palatinate, who is an elector of the Holy Roman Empire, so that's a little bit interesting, but they do hate me quite a lot, so it won't actually matter. So what I will be trying to do, however, is vassalize some of these people, and basically through that get a little bit more land, take the rest of Europe and such. So what we will be planning is to simply finish these two wars, then we'll sell provinces, start a new batch of wars, and that is basically how we'll be trying to doing the last part of this game. Once we get about 1780s, I think we'll be starting a bigger war with Muscovy, and that will be a little bit interesting. Basically, I'll be testing how far I can drag the aggressive expansion mechanics before things start to get a little bit too bad. So for now, I will be finishing the war against Ming and Japan and Khorasan, and once I have, I'll get back to you. Hilariously enough, I can't actually vassalize Ming, but I can go for a full annexation, and well, I think I'll actually just do that, and then we'll be releasing them as a vassal, and then I'll be getting some gains here. They'll probably do hate me still quite a bit, but should be fine even so. So what we will be doing now is annex Khorasan, and we'll also be annexing Ming, more or less. So that should be fine. Let's see here. Annexation will cost me 37, I can live with that, and boom, peace have been made, and I guess it's time to simply do the same with Japan, but this time I'll be smart enough, or clever enough, whatever you want to call it, to actually set Japan as a rival. Well, do I have to actually find them here then? Enemies. Well, I already had them as rivals, so I didn't need to remove. My bad. What's this? Diplomacy. What the hell is this? There we go. So I'll simply have to wait for a diplomat to get home, and that will definitely cause some issues in terms of, yeah, everyone is entering a coalition. Show even joined. I do not like that. Hopefully they'll leave with the release of Ming. If not, I'm kind of in a bit of trouble, but it should be fine even so. So there we go. I have, gotten... Japan will not just renounce claims, Japan will hand over provinces, a lot of them. So we'll be going for basically this, I think. Or that one, or that amount of provinces, 4 of them. Should be just fine. And I guess I'll hand those 2 over to Amago and those 2 over to Shimazu, so that'll work out just fine as well. So there we go. Time to start releasing some vassals, I think, and hopefully that'll be enough to actually prevent these guys from actually getting too ready for killing me off, I guess. So apparently I have to march all the way up here. We're marching south. Who are you guys allied with that I can Champa, Khmer, Lana? I'm pretty sure Lana isn't actually anyone I have any qualms with, so I can potentially use them to my advantage. But for now I will be selling these provinces to the people who I can, and thus get down my overextension. And this is basically, I think, the only way you can do it if you want to expand fast while you're still big. So unfortunately that itself slows down expansion quite a lot. So we'll see how all this turns out. But on the positive note now, I can annex Shun. No real reason to keep them around anymore. They have done their purpose. Sweden left the coalition. Positive, Sweden will then be declared war on pretty soon, I think. Yes, I know I'm pretty sooning everyone who is currently leaving coalition or anything, so we'll see how this actually turns out. If I can vassalize Hungary peacefully, we'll definitely go for wars against the Ottomans to basically fill in this gap here. and most likely release Greece as well. So we'll see how that plays out. But for now, I could surely use another diplomat, but unfortunately I don't have any more. Is there anything I've forgotten here? Nope. So we'll just have to sit and wait, and I'll be selling these provinces, and then we'll see how or what we'll do. So as I said, I'll get rid of these provinces, and then we'll most likely declare a war on the Swedes. Might even go after someone else, but most likely the Swedes, so I can finish up Holstein, annex them, and then basically take some more provinces from the Swedish. So yeah, a lot of repetition there, but sorry, I'll just get stuff done, then I'll get back to you. Just got Scientific Revolution, which gives minus 5% to technology costs, and also I now have integrated trio, which is good. Hungary on their side is being a little bit, well, annoying because, well, they will not actually be vassalized as it seems like now. I'm missing some relation, I'm missing some base tax, but it should just be fine even so, because I can now start the annexation of Shun, and that should be enough to actually bring it up, I think, to the level that's needed. And other than that, I could always go after Portugal. I think they've basically done everything they could have done right now. I can keep Castile around for handing over the Aragonese provinces and such, so that's not really an issue. The only real issue is that I'll probably keep them around for a decade more, since they're actually colonizing a lot, so that could be good. But another thing that we need to deal with now is Norwegians, because they are definitely well, colonizing a little bit too much right now, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it's a little bit interesting. But if you see at the diplomatic map here, I own pretty big parts of the world, so I shouldn't actually be that worried. We haven't gotten a lot done, so it's not really that scary as things are right now, but we're still missing some land masses. So I will be starting to fabricate a claim on the Swedes here if I do not have a casus belli in which I can use right now to declare war. I do not, so we'll be fabricating claim on, I think we'll simply take Gotland, because then I can use it several times. And apparently these guys are not getting, well, I'll simply deny Kandash for now. And we'll be marching these units here up into Sweden, because that's where they will be needed. So as I said, get these guys up here, and then we'll most likely prepare for another war against the Swedes. So we'll see how that all plays out, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the victory we want. What I can do if the Hungarians start trusting me and such is simply attacking the Ottomans, handing over a couple of provinces to boost that last little piece of relation. Could work out just fine, so we might have to consider that. But for now, I'll just well, sit by and consider who I want to attack. I will most likely try to get myself into war with Show here, and Champa in coalition, Khmer in coalition, so I can't actually do that right now. We'll simply have to give it a little bit of time, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm a little bit unsure really what to do, so I'll do a little bit of thinking, and then I'll get back to you. We did an upgrade on diplomatic tech to level 22 because I'm not really that much I want to do. As you can see of my troop movements, I'm currently planning a war against the Ottomans. And that will be very interesting because of the fact the Ottoman has a huge navy, they do have a huge amount of troops. But if I just screw them over here, I'm pretty sure that will be enough to actually get stuff going. Not to mention that I'll be handing probably two provinces back to the Hungarians, with the goal of well, hoping that that will be enough to actually be able to peacefully vassalize them. I'll boost their tax a little bit, but I think it should be fine. Manchu has also been integrated to boot, so that should help out a little bit well. And as you can see, the naval, or the diplomatic tech upgrade to level 22 gives my navy another 0.5 extra morale, along with a new big ship 2-decker. So we'll build a completely new navy now to fight the Ottomans, and that will be probably very interesting. So we'll see how it turns out. A new king, Charles X of Foix, or Foix, yeah, will now rule our glorious nation. 164 is actually pretty damn good, but there is a little bit of a negativity to this, and that is the 003. Not good at all, and I believe, yeah, it's actually 36. This guy is 6, so hopefully we'll not be stuck with that guy, but it all depends to be seen. But yeah, as I said, I'm currently in the process of annexing Shun. We're also building, as you can see, quite a lot of navies. So that'll be interesting to see how that actually helps. But once we actually have integrated Shun, I'll most likely have enough troops in Asia to go for a complete conquer spree if needed. So we'll have to see how that turns out. I do have the conquest on Sweden. I could potentially have gone for a war against Sweden before a war against the Ottomans. But I'll simply use a year now to prepare, and then we'll go for, as I said, a full-blown war against the Ottomans. Allow the aggressive expansion to cool down a little bit, and then we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting, hopefully. So yeah, as you know, I'm more or less giving up on taking the entire world. So I'll simply do a couple of other things, see how much I can screw up big or great powers. Basically, I'll be doing another experiment instead, and I can describe it easiest this way, and that is by, to some extent, keeping, let's see, if we take a big power like the Ottomans and then just screw them over at my own pace. Basically, if I allow countries to become big like the Ottomans, like not Ukraine, like Muscovy, how many provinces can I take in a single war, and what effects will that actually have on my nation? So what I will be doing now is basically trying to force a 100% war, or results of a war on the Ottomans, on Muscovy, during these last years. I'll basically be doing a lot of experiments. You can feel free to come with, well, I guess I should call it, free to come with suggestions to what experiments I should do, and all that, and we'll see if it turns out into something interesting, if there's something that can be learned of it or not. So we'll see how it in the end turns out. So I'll just wait now, build my navy, and prepare for the war against the Ottomans, I guess. So we'll see how it turns out. As you can see, we have done some advancements to both military and diplomatic tech. Military technology 27 has been reached, which gives a boost to infantry fire by 0.5, and also we get some new artillery, which should help out quite a lot. As you can see, I've gone far above my force limits on the navy, so I'll most likely stand down some transport ship. I believe there is 33 transport ships here. We'll stand them down simply to help it a little bit. As you can see, my economy, that is. So yes, but I will still be building some more ships, so that's not really an issue here. And also I get some extra colonial range along with heavy frigates. That won't actually help because my fleet is basically done. One more year and then all the ships are done, and I can basically prepare for warfare here. And of course I get an event that takes a lot of money out of me, but should be fine even so. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. We're still at 5 inflation, so I'll actually go ahead and simply use 150 points to reduce it a little bit. As you can see, that boosts my economy considerably, so using those points to simply help out probably was a very good move on my part, so hopefully it will be, but we'll have to wait and see. The war is very soon to come, and as you can see, I do have a lot of troops at the area. I'll simply place my navy in the strait to block off the Ottoman navies and everything. The Portuguese and everyone else who can help will actually will help me out quite a lot here, but as you can see, the Ottomans do have a pretty damn huge fleet. 38 big ship, 48 frigates, and so forth, but this is still pretty much on the same size, on at least when it comes to the fleet. So we'll have to wait and see if I'll probably get a bigger one by the end. So we'll plan, see if we can pull something off here. We'll simply have to wait a little bit patiently, more or less. So we'll see how it goes, if I actually can, or how much I can take from the Ottomans. I actually was I'm kind of worried that that won't actually be too much. So we'll have to wait and see. The Ottomans sent me an insult. Well, I'm kind of interested in dealing with that. Venice, Mali, and Algiers. Not really anything for me to worry about, so I think most of my fleet is done now. So I'll just go ahead, land it all here, and we'll be preparing for an invasion. Apparently, I also was very lucky here. I got a boost to stability, and army maintenance at full, fleet maintenance at full, and with that I'm losing 30 ducats a month. That is much. So we'll see how this turns out. I'll probably have to take 2 or 3 loans. This will probably last up towards a decade, possibly. So it'll be very interesting to see how it turns out. But for now, getting my fleet into position is basically of importance, and getting my troops into position to start attacking and sieging is also of importance. So we're preparing for battle, and we'll see how this turns out. It's a little bit too bad that I can't actually order the Portuguese, for example, take their fleet here, or any of their fleets, actually. The English fleet, the Portuguese, the Castilian fleet, all the fleets that land in this this place here. It's a little bit too bad that I can't actually order that, but I'll live with it. Once the 1st of March comes, we'll be declaring war. And there we go, call all willing allies. Hungary will not be joining in, which is kind of weird, since it's basically their lands I'll be fighting for, or fighting over in this case. But yeah, the goal will be to gain or force the Ottomans to take a lot of war exhaustion, and by doing that they'll be most likely hurting a bit. So we'll see if this actually works out, that it will break them apart out this way or not. I kinda hope it will, but I know they have some very good bonuses when it comes to their fate, such. So it will most likely be difficult to break them apart, but I'll give it a go and we'll see how it turns out. This will be basically a siege squads. I'm pretty sure I am currently missing a couple of sieges and then we're set. So we'll see how this turns out. Most likely we will be able to win this. If not, that'll be very much negative or a disappointment. But wow, a 5 siege general, so it's actually possible. It's all about luck. Might actually be that you need a 6x4 general, which would basically be very, very weird, or very hard at the very least to get. But I'll be using this 4x4 general, I think, to march the first units upon the Ottomans. So we'll see how this turns out. I'll show the first battle, I think, and that'll basically be it, because well, I will most likely have to end it here. We have been going for a while after all. So let's do it here. First Ottoman ships have been destroyed, positives. The second Ottoman battle here is going to be a very interesting one. I could of course have bought an admiral, I didn't, and that is probably something that I'll be regretting right now. It seems I will be sinking some of the Ottoman ships, but apparently they took only 10 of mine, which is quite bad. So yeah, should get myself an admiral pretty fast. But at least sieges are coming along, so we'll see if we can gain something from this war or not. Hopefully we'll be getting some gains, but we'll have to wait and see. There's also a lot of Ottoman troops stuck up here, which I can probably go and destroy, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.